Christian was kind enough to send me a text, just a heads up that the meeting was good.
Yeah.
And then he called me and he gave me the classic one-liner, welcome to Red Bull Racing. It was very exciting to hear.
They sold their house so that you could race more, so that you could build up your career, and now you're sat here as a Red Bull Racing driver. Are you all right?
I used to play as Mark Webber so that I could race against Sebastian Vettel and try and beat him, and since then I've always dreamed of being a Red Bull Racing driver. So it is crazy, honestly.
Hello and welcome to Talking Bull. I'm Nicola Hume, I'm your host, and we are recording right now from the Red Bull Technology Campus here in Milton Keynes. And naturally, this is the podcast where we talk all things Oracle Red Bull Racing. And have we got an episode for you? Because joining me right now is the brand new driver for 2025. It is Liam Lightning McQueen Lawson. That's what I'm calling you from now on.
Fair enough. I do understand. It's something that's my love for cars is I think very well known now. So I think I just have to take it.
Yeah. So that's your official name. Liam Lightning McQueen Lawson.
All right, fair enough.
Red Bull driver.
I know. It's crazy.
Are you all right? Like, that's insane.
Well, it's kind of just really become a thing today. Like, it's literally today. So, it's very exciting. I still can't really believe it, but I'm just excited.
Like, because as soon as you walked in, I gave you a hug and I was like, are you all right? And you went, my face is hurting. I can't stop smiling.
I can't stop smiling, all day. I've never really had a face that hurts.
Because you've had like mega media day to day. Like, there's been Sky Sports in, ESPN in, you've been interviewed by everybody. And then naturally, this is the one you've been really looking forward to. Yeah, no, of course. But has it sunk in yet?
No. Honestly, no. It's the first time I've had, a bit of time to, because normally I get stuff, the reserve, when I was reserve and I jumped in Zandvoort, that was on the weekend that I found out. Obviously, it was a sort of freak circumstance. And then Austin as well was probably 2 weeks before I knew, that was going to happen. So at least now I have an off season to think about it. I don't really know if I like that though, because I just want to get into it. I'm just excited. So I think it's positive. I have time to really, let it sink in, spend the time, do the prep, and come back strong and ready.
Well, what was the meeting like? So I'm assuming you had to go into a meeting with Christian Horner, right? So what was that like? Did you know that you were going in for that particular meeting? I
knew that this has been on the cards for a change. Obviously, nothing was like planned or set in stone or anything like that. And it's all performance-based, as it always is. So they had the meeting and Christian was kind enough to send me a text, just a heads up that the meeting was good.
Yeah.
And then he called me and basically gave me the news. So, and he gave me the classic one-liner, welcome to Red Bull Racing. It was very exciting to hear over the phone. So it was cool.
And who was the person you told, the first person you told after that phone call?
I think it would have been my dad. I called my dad and obviously he's been a massive influence on me as a person growing up. He was, it was very emotional, which I've never actually really seen him like that, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
He's been with me since day one, literally. And he's been a big part of, the mentality I've had growing up and coming into racing and being a racing driver. He's a big person who influenced me as a kid. Not that he raced, but just, letting me believe as a kid that I could do anything if I believed in it enough and I worked hard enough for it. And I've carried that forward all the way through.
So how long did that phone call last? Was it like a quick one, or was it one of those, just, I don't really know what to say, I'm just going to sit here in silence so I can hear my dad's voice kind of situation? So
I FaceTimed him and I said to him, I was like, Dad, just looking at planning my January sort of calendar at the moment, so I can head back to Europe around mid-January, towards the end of January. And normally we have a test with VCARB in Imola, and that was the same last year, and that was planned this year as well. And I said to him, I'm actually not going to be testing in Imola right now. I'm going to be testing in Silverstone now. And just to see his reaction, he was like, "What are you saying?" and so I said, I got the seat basically, and it was real funny because he sat on it for probably 2 minutes, and I could see he just couldn't really believe it. The same for me. And then probably a delay of 2 minutes, he then he started reacting and he got emotional about it, and it was very cool. You know, it's he went and got my mum, who was in a different room, and basically told the family. So yeah, for everybody, they've given a lot for me, especially when I was younger. All my siblings and my parents have given up a lot for me to be able to do this.
Yeah, because I mean, we spoke about this before when we had you on the podcast about 6 months ago or so, and you were talking about how much they gave, like they sold their house so that you could race more, so that you could build up your career, and now you're sat here as a Red Bull Racing driver. This is you right now. You've done it.
Yeah, I know.
Are you all right?
I know it's huge. I think I was lucky that they never put any pressure on me as you know. No, I knew what they gave up for me, but I guess in a way I didn't as well when I was younger, because it was just, you know, if you want to do this, Liam, you know, we'll support you 100% and you know, let's go for it. And I think it's only really recently that I've, you know, looking back and realized actually what they've given up, and maybe there's some almost pressure there to be able to succeed, you know, to be able to almost pay them back for what they've done for me. And I'm lucky that they've never ever, you know, put that over my head or anything like that, that it's always just been to support me. So yeah, it's obviously crazy to be in this position. It's obviously step one, you know, I'm now in, but obviously it's a long road ahead.
Yeah, no, of course. But I do want to take a moment, because we are sat in MK7 right now. We're surrounded by all of the cars from the RB1 from 20 years ago all the way up to the RB19. And this is now you. You're now based in this team. You are now a Red Bull Racing driver. We're going to change the screens, hopefully, surrounding us. So as we're sat in here, we've got the Talking Bull branding, and you should be able to see the screens change in a second. There we go. Yeah. So as we look around the screens from the RB1, Christian Clean, Lietzi, and then you got Coulthard, and then all the way up there's Mark Webber joining the team. So if you're listening right now, we are surrounded by all the cars in a big semicircle, and we've got a giant screen around in the background that shows the history of Red Bull for the last 20 years. And then, I mean, basically the screen will just get bigger and your name will be up there, Liam.
I know, it's yeah, it's wild. And obviously for me as a kid, we were talking about it before, but the F1 2010 game came out obviously in 2010, and I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
And I used to play as Mark Webber, so right there, I used to play as Mark Webber so that I could race against Sebastian Vettel and try and beat him. And you know, since then I've always dreamed of being a Red Bull Racing driver. So it is crazy, honestly, and that's why obviously it's not quite real yet, but it's just really, really exciting.
Have you celebrated it yet?
No, I mean, it's literally been a couple of days. So
what are you going to do?
Well, I have no idea. And it's real weird because, you know, as I said, I've never had this much time to think about stuff. So I don't really know what to do. I go back to New Zealand.
For Christmas?
I go to California first this weekend. My girlfriend's graduating. So, which is cool because, you know, everything is always, especially with my career at the moment, is always about me. And you know, she's been a massive supporter of mine. So now I get to do something for her and support her when she graduates. And then we go to New Zealand for Christmas. And, you know, I'll celebrate with my family, I guess. But then I don't know what I'm going to do with myself for those couple of weeks before coming back.
I don't know. Like, because the thing is because it's over Christmas, naturally, because it's Christmas, you're going to want to stuff your face with bad food and bad drinks and all of the things. But now you're about to sit in a Red Bull seat, you kind of want to stay as healthy as possible.
I know. It's yeah, obviously it's a very important role to be in. So I want to be as ready as possible. So yeah, I might have a cheat day, one, and then the rest of it, will be
Christmas
very
Day,
focused.
good
Christmas
cheat
Day,
day.
yeah,
I think that's fair.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, look, here on Talking Bull, I don't want to say that it's down to us, your success. However, stay with me. Last time we spoke to you 6 months ago, we had yourself and Rocky.
Yeah.
And then when that episode got released, you got the seat of VCARB, right? And now we're here today and you're sat in this seat and now suddenly you're a Red Bull Racing driver. So I don't want to say you're welcome.
I think we've got to come on this podcast a bit more, to be honest. Yeah.
You're welcome.
I agree. Yeah.
Anytime.
yeah.
So what's the goal?
I mean, obviously, as Formula One drivers, we all have one goal that we share, and that's winning a world championship. So that is my goal, and that's been my goal since I was a kid, and wanted to be a Formula One driver. And obviously now I'm in a great position. So it's definitely not what I expect coming in. I don't expect to come in and go straight away and win a world championship. I know that the team's goal is obviously the constructors, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help achieve that. But obviously, personally, for me, it's trying to be in a competitive position as quickly as possible. Obviously, I've got the best guy as my teammate to learn from. And
have you spoken to him?
Not yet, honestly, not yet. I might send him a message. But obviously, this has all just happened. Yeah. So,
but he's been really supportive anyway, hasn't he, over the years?
Yeah, since I was, even when I was in Super Formula and other categories. I think Max is somebody that just loves motorsport and watches a lot of it. And so he's somebody that has always been, kind and supportive. When I came in last year as a reserve, when I was obviously feeling a lot of pressure in Zandvoort, he was somebody that was really good to talk to. So, yeah, it's cool to go up against him and have him as a teammate. There's nobody better to learn from. So for me, it's coming in trying to be competitive as quickly as possible.
Because you are competitive. I mean, you've done 6 races this year with VCarb, and you're quite competitive when you're on the track.
Yes.
I have
my moments.
You're going for the battles. You are.
Yeah, not always. They're not always my finest moments, but obviously, it's something that's it's everything to me. And
but you kind of have to be. You're not going to win world championships if you're going to play nice.
No, and exactly. And I race everybody the same, and obviously, especially when you first come in, you make mistakes, and there's stuff that this year I'll learn from that I've done going forward, which is part of the process. So, yeah, it's how I've always been since I was a kid, in literally everything, even if it's just playing a video game or something like that. I would play F1 games with my mates when I was younger, and if I wasn't winning, I'd restart the race. It was just unacceptable.
Turning off.
Yeah, exactly. Like I take everything very seriously.
Yeah.
So.
No, of course. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in the position you are now if you wasn't competitive. You have to be.
Yeah, you do.
Have you got any highlights of the 6 races you did this year?
I think Austin coming in is Austin was really cool. Debut as a main driver, getting to run my own number on the car. That was something that meant a lot to me. And coming from the back as well, having a really cool race, scoring points. That was probably the highlight. But it's been intense. 2 triple headers to finish the season, to start and finish the season for me. It's my whole season so far. I haven't actually done a full season, so I'll be going into next year in my first full season. So it's going to be probably quite similar, learning new tracks, trying to get up to speed as quickly as possible, just with probably a lot more eyes on me as well.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask about, because obviously it will feel like quite a lot of pressure that's now falling on your shoulders. But I mean, you've been part of the Red Bull Junior team for a while. You were back there in 2019, I think it was. So you've kind of already been aware of the pressure and the stress that might be falling on your shoulders this year if you ever would have got this seat, and now you're here. So are you prepared for that?
Yeah, I think we would have talked about it last time, that being a Red Bull Junior comes with the job. And for me, having the phone calls from Helmut when I was 16 and putting that pressure on, the threat of knowing if you didn't do well that you'd be dropped, and it's a very cutthroat program, but it's also designed to build you for Formula One, if that makes sense. I think if you don't deal with that, like I couldn't imagine going into this position now that I'm about to go into, if I hadn't had those years of dealing with that pressure, I think I would be quite uncomfortable, right now. But I'm glad to have done those years and dealt with that pressure, and sort of, I feel like it builds you for Formula One.
And have you spoken to Rocky?
I haven't spoken to Rocky yet. I haven't seen him yet. I need to.
You haven't?
I haven't even seen him. No. So
he's like Captain Deadpan. Like, he doesn't really show emotion. I wonder how he's going to react.
Like I said, I think I said it on the podcast last time. I used to, I think most people when they first meet Rocky, you get the feeling that he doesn't like you. And I thought he didn't like me when I first met him as well. So, but he's been somebody that's been very influential on me, especially in the junior program. And he's been very supportive and somebody that I took a lot of advice from and listened to over the years. So especially in the last 12 months with Super Formula last year and coming into F1. So yeah, I'll definitely catch up with him. I just don't know when.
Yeah. Do you know what's wild, right? So when you rock up here at the factory and you walk through the doors and stuff, and there's like a cardboard cutout of Max Verstappen, there's going to be a cardboard cutout of you.
I guess
that
so.
weird?
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that feel weird?
I don't think I really think about that so much. I think for me, it's just driving for this team is something that, I've wanted to do. I became a junior when I was 16, and I used to come to the factory here and walk into the main reception and see all the trophies and that was, even then that was such a crazy thing for me as a junior. And it was walking past the F1 car that's on show in the as you walk into the reception.
Yeah.
And it has the current drivers' names on it every year. And that was what was, for me as when I first joined, that was something that I thought it would be so cool to have my name on that car, knowing walking into the factory and to me, that's really exciting.
Have you slept?
Not very well.
No, I wouldn't think you would.
But honestly, the last couple of weeks
dreams.
The last couple of weeks I've been dreaming a lot. It's been real weird.
Yeah.
I don't normally dream that much, but recently I've been dreaming a lot.
Yeah.
Even before I was told, like over the week, the last weekend in Abu Dhabi, a lot of pressure, dreaming a lot, very vivid dreams.
Yeah.
And that's kind of continued.
Yeah.
So, I have no idea why, but just a lot going on in my head, I think.
Yeah, of course, because this is such a big moment. And it's so lovely for you to take the time to sit down with us. We really appreciate it.
Of course.
And then if you are watching at home or if you are listening, for any of the Red Bull fans that are watching us right now, what do you want to say to them?
I hope I can do you proud. Obviously, the support, even first coming in as a junior, it comes with a lot of support from a lot of people, which is really, really cool. And especially in the most recent sort of couple of years, especially this year, you come into F1 and a lot more eyes are on you, and the support has been really, really cool. So for me, I'm extremely grateful for this, and I can't wait to represent the brand, represent the team in the main team. So yeah, I hope I can do everyone proud.
Right, I'm going to get comfortable for this. You're following in the footsteps of some big Kiwi drivers. How does that feel? Because there's not many of you, and now here you are.
There's not many of us as a country, to be honest. We're a population of 5 million.
Yeah.
So it's very exciting. Obviously, we have a lot of history in Formula One from a long time ago, and obviously, I hope to carry that forward now. But every year I go home, and the support gets bigger and bigger, and that's really cool to see. Motorsport has been big in New Zealand since I was a kid, and growing up racing go-karts, it's really competitive. There's a lot of really good guys coming up, through the ranks in New Zealand, but it's so hard to make the step to international racing. So obviously I'm very lucky to be in this position, and the support from home, I'm extremely proud to be from New Zealand and to get to fly the flag next year as well in the main team.
Yeah. Do you want to send a message to any of your Kiwi fans?
Just thank you for all the support. Obviously I get to go home in a week, so
yeah,
looking forward to seeing everybody. And the support has been incredible. Honestly, I see a lot of it online as well. And obviously personally, when I go home, I get to see everybody, and it's something that's, I appreciate a lot, and I'm obviously very, very proud of.
So is it Christmas at your parents'?
Christmas at home.
Who does the cooking?
My mum will, she does the cooking.
She do a good dinner?
Normally it's breakfast for us. We do like a really cool Christmas breakfast, because in New Zealand it's summertime, so
of course
we normally have like a really sick breakfast, and then you hit the beach or something like that.
That's so weird
which must be so random for you guys,
yeah.
But in New Zealand that's our kind of Christmas.
So what's in a Christmas breakfast? Just like an English fry-up kind of thing?
We normally do like French toast, and
that nice.
Like we said, Christmas will be my cheat day.
Yeah.
So, it'll be French toast and lots of good stuff like that.
Oh, it's all the cheese for me at Christmas. I love cheese, yeah. Cheese and pickles for me at Christmas.
That's so random. I mean, for me, that's random. Maybe that's common here, but that's random
in
to
the
me.
UK, you have a full Christmas dinner, and then in the evening, you do cheese and biscuits and chutneys and piggy bits.
That's so British.
It is, yeah.
That's so English, yeah.
And then Boxing Day, you have cold meat, mash, pickles, and cheese. No?
So it's ice creams and things like that. But I mean, it's summertime.
It's summer.
So
So
we have like real fruit ice creams and
Oh, we need to introduce you to a great British Christmas.
Yeah, that honestly, I'd be down for that. But the problem is, it's just so cold.
Yeah, but
think about
cheese.
I do like cheese, so I'm kind of down.
And so last time we spoke to you, obviously we know about your love for the film Cars. We know that you play guitar, you make your own music. Is there anything else that you can tell us that we don't know about?
I don't think so. I feel like you're leading towards somewhere
No,
here.
I'm not.
No, I was like, is this something that has recently come to light? No, I think that's pretty much me. I love the movie Cars.
Yeah.
I play guitar, play music, record music sometimes, and I love Formula One.
Can you imagine if they made a new Cars film and then they were like, well, we've got a Formula One car here that needs a voice?
If there was an opportunity to voice a character, that would be sick.
I don't know what's bigger, driving for Red Bull or being able to voice a character.
They're both pretty big things, to be fair. Yeah. So, but other than that, that's pretty much me.
Okay. All right, fine.
I like cars as well. I like driving, not just a movie, but cars.
Yeah, I know
on the
you're
road.
a car guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we were talking about cars earlier. Yeah. But your car's being fixed up at the moment.
My car's being fixed up. I've done a lot of modifications, probably too much, and now it's in the shop getting fixed.
Oh, this is the point where I ask you very politely, because naturally this is a big contract. You might be getting a bit more money, so are you going to treat yourself to a new car?
I don't know. I mean, probably yes.
What are you going to get?
I have no idea. Not
because you keep buying terrible cars and then doing them up.
I know. Probably keep doing that. Just do more of it. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah. Just do some more of that.
Yeah.
Liam, honestly, thank you so much for joining us here on Talking Ball. It's been an absolute pleasure to chat to you here today. I cannot wait. I said this last time that I couldn't wait to see you on the grid, and then it happened. And I actually cannot wait to see you in your full-blown Red Bull racing gear with your name on the helmet on the car, with your cardboard cutout at reception as soon as we arrive at the factory. Yeah. What a year it's going to be.
Yeah, it's been a crazy 6 months. I know starting this year, I was probably when we spoke, I at that point wasn't a driver, and 6 months ago, I was not really sure how it was going to work out. Obviously hoping to get a seat, and 6 months later to be in a position now to be going into this team. It's it's very exciting. And I'm obviously it's going to be a lot of work ahead, but just super motivated to get into it.
I can't wait to watch. You're going to smash it. Liam, thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you for having me.